But a game based on a dark, post-apocalyptic fantasy is one thing.
Making light of real-life tragedies is another. Welcome to the world of Postal. Postal takes its name from the spate of mail workers going full metal mental in post offices, the phenomenon of going postal. This dodgy little number was based on the psychological breakdown of a fictional bloke under too much stress. Returning from work one day, he finds his house repossessed. Luckily, he's stashed an entire armory of sophisticated assault weapons in his anorak. What a bad moment to lose it. Yep, he goes postal and blood becomes one with the pavement. The game itself is really rather poorly designed, but its badass creators, who call themselves Running with Scissors, were good at creating controversy. So, in went the massacre of a youth marching band. The game's developers waited for that phone call from the censors. In a strange twist of fate, the Yanks ignored the powerful right-wingers and kept everything in. The Brits, however, were not so lenient. It wasn't just the idea of the electronic innards of innocent men, women, and children splattering across the screen that troubled the censorship boards, nor was it the soundtrack of 40-odd people screaming for their lives as they burned to their virtual graves. What they didn't approve of was the senseless slaughter of some ostriches. What was delivered to Britain's door was a watered-down, green-blooded version of the U.S. Gorefest. Postal's sing-song died out pretty quickly, but Running with Scissors are still managing to milk the controversy cow with a new schlock horror game on release for the PlayStation 2. Return to sender?
Time now to venture deep into the bowels of the underground with the truly outrageous and never-released Thrill Kill.
It's been held back, ignored, shifted and shoved around. For the first time ever, it's being broadcast on national TV.
But just why are its owners so afraid of the game they call Thrill Kill?
The story begins back in 1997 when a small company named Paradox decided to throw all their darkest humour into one dripping basket.
They took their interactive freak show to publishers Virgin Interactive, and the deal was quickly done. This is what they bought.
Thrill Kill is a beat-em-up that takes place in a series of S&M-style dungeons come torture chambers. These form the backdrop to this grotesque tournament.
Some moments of combat are intensely macabre. One player wields a dismembered leg as both a handy snack and a nasty weapon. Another pierces his victims under his circus stilts, and there's even a classic neck-twisting thigh brace.
Oh! Because Thrill Kill is a 4-player game, 4 gamers can gather around one screen to bond in an orgy of violence.
Unlike ordinary beat-em-ups, Thrill Kill does not end with the depletion of your opponent's health bar. This is far more sadistic. Points are scored for the pain you inflict. The first to maximize his cruelty score gets to chase the others in a dark game of tag. Once tagged, the unfortunate is then subjected to an execution by the victor.
Each has his or her own personal signature. These are imaginatively gruesome, particularly that of sexy dominatrix Belladonna, who electrocutes her victims from the inside using a cattle prod. It all adds up to some of the darkest humoured gaming violence ever seen.
In the case of Belladonna, this violence is tinged with sexual overtones.
Somewhere in the middle of all this madness, the publishers Virgin Interactive were bought by sports specialist Electronic Arts.
Even though the game was receiving excellent previews and plenty of publicity, Electronic Arts decided that Thrill Kill didn't quite fit in with their plans. It was dropped into the vault for all time.
Until, that is, hardcore rappers the Wu-Tang Clan came in on the deal.
The Wu-Tang Clan were looking for a video games developer who shared their appetite for a bloody take on martial arts. Thrill Kill was the perfect model. A deal was done between the Thrill Kill team and a new publisher.
The unique 4-player game engine that drove Thrill Kill was then translated to a new game, Wu-Tang Taste the Pain.
Check this out.
Whatever happens to Thrillkill, its cult reputation precedes it. Somehow, CDs have been sourced and copied, making it the most widely available game ever to be denied an official release.
The lines between reality and virtuality are blurring with a new innovation. Machines like Avatar Me mean that you can now put yourself and your friends into video games.
Avatar Me is like a large photo booth which takes multiple shots of your whole body in order to create an animated model. Upload it into an online game like Quake and watch as you get blown away.
Here we are in classic first-person shooter Quake. Admittedly, the graphics are a bit ropey, but hey, who cares when you can blow your friend's head off? Ha!
Ow!
Ow. You on my side.
I always pick on me, Alex. No, leave me alone. No, oi!
Well, that's the end of the show, but before we go, don't forget to check out the Bits website where you can find out more about all of these games.
And you can also vote for your favourite game from the vault.
Was it the all-too-biblical shocker, sex and drugs and rock and roll?
Perhaps the politically challenging Doom, legalize it.
Or if you're feeling a little bit dark and frisky, you could always vote for Thrillkill.
To vote, go to our website at www.forlater.com/bits.
And remember to tune in to a brand new series of Bits starting next Sunday on For Later.
Right, game on, girls.
Revenge is mine! Fear you? Right, that's one down, one to go. Leave me alone!
Beware, coward.